Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Fallout Roundtable. This is a place where diverse individuals discuss various topics from the Fallout universe. Join us, the conversation has already started. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Fallout Roundtable. My name is Jaxus, also known as Patrick Conway in other circles. I don't know how to talk today, so I keep stepping on my tongue. I am here with my fellow co-host, Sassy Lady and Romer. Please say hello, everybody.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Okay, somebody knows how to play the game. All right. Anyway, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to talk about our favorite camps and locations that they're in, right? Is that what we're doing? I think that's what it was, right?
Something like
camps
that.
And locations. Okay.
Sounds
we're
good.
we're going to talk about camps and locations because, well, that's what we like to do. Anyway,
That's what I like to do.
I'm going to pretty much hand it over to Sassy to start off because I already know where my camp. So I'm just going to go ahead and do it anyway.
Yeah, just do yours.
Yeah. So my camp, I have like centralized on the map. And if anybody looks at the map, I don't have the map in front of me right now. So I don't know the highway that's right there or it's like dead center of the map. I'm sure Sassy probably already has an idea where I'm talking about, but, my camp there's a stream that runs right by my camp and there's trees on both sides of me. And just to the left of my camp, there's the railroad tracks that run up that go to which vendor is that? The train station is right across from the airport.
Morgantown?
It's the one right across from the airport.
Morgantown.
Okay. So the Morgantown train station there, you head south on that set of tracks. There's an area where the trains are kind of all smashed up and whatnot. And there's a bunch of ghouls that hang out there and you got to fight your way through them. Once you get past them, then you travel down a little bit further down and there's a bridge that goes right over the stream that I'm referring to where my camp's at. And there's a guy that hangs out on the top of that.
Yeah,
Right,
the drunk or he usually wants alcohol or drugs.
Right. He is always hanging out right there. Well, that guy's like right by my camp. That location right there, I can watch the nukes going off if I look to my right from my camp. On the left, I can see that bridge right there, and it's got a big old open valley. I love that area. It's my favorite camp. That's where I put my bar. It's basically Beckett's bar is like expanded. I created
It is a great spot, and guess what? One of my spots is also on that stream.
Yes.
Between the two bridges, the one that's the road and then the one that's the railroad tracks. And also that is the camp where Beckett lives with Colleen.
Oh, Beckett!
So that's a great
spot. That's Beckett's spot, man.
It is Beckett's spot.
And then another area that I really enjoyed is I've got a camp that's like right on the river, and it's right where the where the Nuka-Cola bottle is in the actual water. Yeah. So I'm north of the Nuka-Cola plant there, pretty good distance, but close enough where I can see the bottle in the water, but far enough away where it's kind of like if you're not really paying too much attention to the Coke bottle, it just looks like a great a great view of the lake. So like when the sun's going down at night and you see it's kind of that coppery color that you get. Looks really great. I'm like, matter of fact, my camp is directly across from the farm that's right there. I can literally, if I'm hungry, I can literally go over and run across the street, go into their like, what do you call that thing? Greenhouse or whatever?
Yeah, the greenhouse area. Yeah.
Yeah. And I can go in there and go get any of the plants in there that I need to go eat and then go like literally walk right across the street back into my camp.
Pet their dog and say hi.
Yeah,
buddy.
hey, how you doing, puppy? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's probably my favorite camp.
That's a good spot. I'm actually also on the river with it's Mag's camp. She has a water park, but she's south of there, just north of Camden Park, right kind of next to that house where the roach is in there where you get the wedding ring.
Oh, okay. I know exactly.
Remember the roach, the roach with the top hat on the toilet?
Yeah.
So, Romer's looking pretty quizzical. You're going to have to go see the roach on the toilet. But she's got a water park there. I built it there because, Camden Park, water park, and I went together. So that's fun. Those are the only two camps that you have?
No, I have a third camp.
Go ahead and talk about it because that's not much.
Yeah, no, my third camp is actually pretty basic. And that one is I gotta try to remember how to describe where it is. So down where everybody nukes everything.
In the mire or the bog, cranberry bog.
It's in the bog, but it's actually kind of offset away from everybody a little bit.
Mhm.
And I don't remember exactly the location on that one, but it's not the one I picked for the best location. I picked it because it had material for me to mine.
Resources, yeah.
Yeah, I did it for resources, and I call it the box. It's literally just a box with turrets on top of it to protect it, and I encased everything within a box, so I can go in there and I can mine and do whatever I need to do within my little area. But that one there was not one of those camps that I really went woohoo with. My bar is
Yeah.
probably my favorite. I got a full stage in there. I got Beckett's bar, Beckett's bars
Cool.
in there. I've got, of course, I have a Brotherhood of Steel tower. I got to
I'll
have a
to
place
come
for
visit.
it's for me, it's my Brotherhood of Steel bar.
Okay.
It's for them to hang out and have a little bit of R&R. I even got beds
Nice.
inside the tower so that the guys can come and take a nap, after they've had a little bit too much drink instead of trying to make their way all the way back to Atlas. You got to take care of the troops, They got to have somewhere to unwind every once in a while. So
Oh,
I've
absolutely.
got a live bar stage there, got all kinds of cool little doodads on the walls and stuff. I got 2 pool tables, I got a dartboard, it's set up, man. It's a good bar.
Sounds great. I'll have to come visit next time we're on at the same time. What about you, Romer?
Of course, this is the episode that I show up for.
Yes. Yes.
So
You just tell us about your box.
said you said your camp's a little basic. Well, hold my beer. I figured out where my location's at. It's Riverside Manor. If
Ooh, yes.
you step out of Riverside Manor, you head towards step out of Manor, go to the left. The road kind of curves up around behind it, and my camp is right there on the road, right next to the Riverside Manor. And it is as basic as it can get. It's a square box. It has a bed, and it has all of the all
your work
yeah,
benches.
all the crafting stations are just all littered there. I actually have a Vault Boy and Vault Girl decorating on the outside. There's around the campfire, which I have right there in front of the box.
Okay.
Then I have a couple sentries, and I put some posters up. Oh, there is a rug. I did put a rug down. So, but
You've done some decorating. I mean,
well,
that's
it's
something.
funny because I was thinking about it, and I realized that I watch all these videos on YouTube of these people with like these elaborate camps and everything and stuff like that. And I'm thinking like, my camps are just go craft, sleep, and get back out there and do it again. And storage, of course, storage. So, but yeah, I mean, like my main camp in Fallout 4 was the Red Rocket Inn. And it was pretty much the same way too. It's just I had a bed and I had storage and I had crafting stations, and that was about it. So I don't know. I think if I remember correctly, in Fallout 4, I decided I wanted to get fancy, and I literally built stairs to get up onto the roof of the Red Rocket Inn. That's as far as I got.
Okay.
So
Well.
I don't know. I think I'm more interested in fun. I have the mentality of a dog. It's like, ooh, squirrel. I run off and go do that. It's like, all right, I'm gonna start doing. I'm gonna finish this mission. And I'm gonna go to bed. Ooh, squirrel, and I'm off running. To the hills for something else and stuff. So
yeah, I'm the opposite, where I'm just like, oh, I'm just gonna like place this one thing in my camp. Between
3
events
hours
or whatever, and then I just get lost. Yeah, you never see me again. Like Jax, this is. He knows, he found me, and I'm just like, oh, I'm like never leaving this shelter again. I'm building it here. I'm never going anywhere else. That's typically what happens.
Yeah, I love that shelter. I thought it was really cool. I don't have that one yet, but
I did make a couple updates. It's like way better now. Oh, and then I made the same shelter, different character. I made it an Enclave base, but it could work for Brotherhood of Steel because ironically I used all Brotherhood of Steel, the prefabs that were all Brotherhood of Steel because we don't have Enclave stuff. Bethesda. And so it's like the shooting range and the big meeting room and all the little bunkers and stuff for the guys to sleep in, and all the different things where you would train your Enclave army. It's on a different character, but it's the same shelter. So
What's really funny is I actually have a container where I put all of my schematics for stuff for improving my camp, but I put the schematics in there, never do anything.
Do you
well,
read the schematics? If you read the
Yeah.
schematics, you don't need them anymore.
Well, I know it's just
I mean,
I
you
have-
need to read them because they weigh a crap ton, and if you read them, then they
you
don't
know, I'm one of those people who like I'll collect things all throughout the game, and it's like, okay, I don't want to use this potion, and I don't want to use this, max healing potion until the final fight, and then the final fight's over with, and I'm like,
And you
"Ew,
forgot."
I've got all these things that I didn't use, and I was hoarding, and now they're useless.
Well, they're not useless. You just have to use them next time.
Well, then people are like, oh, well, you can just use them in the Game Plus, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna do a Game Plus. I'm gonna move on to something else. Anyways, but yeah, of course, this, like I said, this is whoa, I did something. But yeah,
Whatever you did, it affected us all.
sorry, I was like, oh, I'm stroking. I just something flashed. No,
Are you sharing your screen or something?
wow,
you're-
it is like not coming through at all.
Oh,
Anyway, so
Jax is just sharing his screen. It's okay.
Did you see? Can you see the screen?
I
It's
see
just
bars.
yeah, but it's just lines. Oh, by the way, we do have YouTube, and you can see us recording our episodes on YouTube. So that might make a lot more sense when you listen to us and we're like reacting to things that we see. You also can react to things that we see if you follow us on YouTube. Look for the Fallout Roundtable on YouTube. You can too. You can follow along with our wacky craziness. Hey, we're back.
Yeah, I was trying to figure it out, but oh well. I was going to show my camp off, but
Oh, bummer. That would have been cool.
yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I
I've got
tried the
lots
screen
of-
share thing, but it was just like yuck.
I don't know if it wants to work with pictures or not is the thing. I know I
Yeah,
have a ton
oh
of
well.
pictures of my camp, but they're actually, I don't think they're on the computer anymore. They used to be, and now it seems like the computer has said, you don't need these anymore. Which sucks.
you just forgot where you put them.
I looked in a lot of places, but it's actually possible because I'm not super technically inclined. So I made you all go first because
Because yours is going to take a while.
I mean, I loved camp building. You know this because I think I talked about it when we were talking about Fallout 4. That was one of the, that's one reason I love Fallout 4 is because of all the settlement building and everything that you could do. I do have 3 characters that I play. Like somebody asked me the other night, like, well, one of them is a mule, right? I'm like, no, I play them all. My lowest character is like she just hit 150 last night. I leveled up like 7 times yesterday. Y'all, I played way too much Fallout. So I was watching Twitch because I've been like really bad about not keeping up with my streamer friends. And I started watching Twitch yesterday with Tuniversal. At the same time, I was watching El Gato Pub because they were on with Lady Devon with Bethesda. So I was watching 2 streams at the same time. That's crazy enough, right? So then I ended up in Ma Tater's stream, and then she rated another gamer named Crimson Penguin, and I ended up playing with him. So I played until like I think it was like midnight when I was like, I have to go to bed. So I played
Yeah,
Fallout
that
like
would not
all
happen with
day.
me. I gotta be up at 3 a.m.
I played, well, if I was working, I would not have done it. I was off today. So I played like, oh God, probably about 10 hours of Fallout with over 3 different streams. It was a long time. But I leveled up 7 times on my character without really trying, just playing, which was crazy. So she's 150 now. She's my baby. But my higher level character, she's almost 200 or almost 300, sorry, which is weird because I've been playing this game for 4 years. But like I said, I don't try to level. I just play the game, and I spend a lot of time camp building. So that's why I'm not like level, I don't know, 3,000 or 15,000 or whatever it is that people are right now after
Oh my god.
being playing since launch.
Well,
But that was what I was just telling.
Knight Taylor's 3,000.
Right?
500,
And
something like
he's
that.
finished the scoreboard.
Yeah, all of them.
The
All
dude
of them.
finished this. Yeah, he's done them all, but he just finished this scoreboard I think yesterday or the day before. He has just finished. And kudos to him because he's just a machine.
He's
and
pretty dedicated.
He is dedicated. Somebody asked him if he was going to go for 200 on this board, and he said, "No, I'm going to build some camps." I was like, "You go build your camp." So I thought that was pretty cool. But he just hit, I don't know, some ungodly level, really high,
Yeah, it's 3,500, I think it was.
something really huge. But I was just I started to tell Jaxus, and then I decided to wait and tell everybody. I love this community. I logged in around 7:30 because we're going to record around 8. And I logged in and I was just going to like, hey, let me hop in, see what my dailies are, see what I can knock out before we can record, see if I can catch a Nuka event or whatever. And I played on my middle character who's not played any Nuka events yet. And as soon as I get in my camp, I can feel like everything's shaking. And I'm thinking, oh, the super, exactly. The stupid super mutants showed up. They usually come around and they'll like destroy something. And I thought it was that, but it turned out I was being attacked by a Scorch Beast Queen. And I was like, really? I mean, she is in the mire, but she's on the lake. And this is one of my favorite camps because I built everything with prefabs and it's tiny and it's super cluttered and I love it. And it's on the lake of Grafton Dam over by
is it the one you have with a dock that goes out onto the lake?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been there. I like that one. That
It is so cool because it's just got the little bunker prefab that she's all squished in with her bed in the back with a little screen that separates her living area and her kitchen. And then she's got the raider outpost, and that's where all of her all the workbenches are all crammed in there. In fact, I was like very carefully trying to cram the new ammo scrap box ammo.
Have you
thing.
messed with that thing? Have you messed
Love
with
it? Love it.
Can you put all your ammo in it? How does
Yes,
that work
sir.
out?
Not fusion cores or plasma cores, but you can put all of your ammo in there. And as far as I can tell, there's no max. So it's amazing because even though I have ammo perks cards that make everything light, I'm just like, boing. And I took stuff out of my stash box. It was like, oh, it was so great.
How does that work with your
It doesn't affect your stash.
so you could take all of that out of there and put it in there and it's
I got storage space back in my stash and bam, it disappeared
so
because
you could
of
fill
all
that
these
thing full
new
of nukes
weapons.
and it wouldn't add weight.
I don't know
or
about
anything?
nukes. I don't save the nukes and missiles and crap, but it took all my ballistics. It took fuel. It took all the fuel cell. It took, the energy weapon stuff, except Connor was telling me that it doesn't take the plasma cores. And so, and I knew it didn't take, it took my ultrasight ammo. Yeah.
Okay.
Because that stuff's heavy. I was like, pawn it off. Because I have an ultrasight weapon that I never use because this girl can't make. Somebody just gave me like shed loads of it, but I'm like, if I use it, I'll never get any more again. So I haven't been using it. That's who I am. I'm like, don't waste it.
So here's a little game tip. Anybody wants to get ammo in the game and you can't make the ammo, take your weapon into a daily op and just show up.
Mm-hmm.
Pick up all the ammo you can.
Because it's yours. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's also a tip for when you open presents and you do like mole miner events or holiday scorches stuff, whatever weapon you're carrying, that's the ammo you're going to get. Ding. So if you happen to be carrying the weapon that you're using because you don't have ammo for your other weapon, sorry, you're not going to get the ammo you need. So, I was scooching to try and get this ammo thing in, and I'm like being attacked by this Scorch Beast. So I'm just like, damn, this bitch isn't going to go away. So sorry, my language. But I'm just like, I'm going to have to go kill her, which, 75 1 star. I'm like, I could probably do it, but it's going to take like so much ammo. It's going to be such a pain. And I'm like, I guess I could just leave. She's going to destroy my camp anyway. It's not going to matter. Out of nowhere, this dude shows up. He's probably level, I don't know, 300 or 400 in power armor. And he just starts, shooting this thing. And I'm like, okay, that's nice.
Thanks,
And,
dude.
you know, between the two of us, you know, we kill her dead and it was like awesome. Like I don't even know who he was. Like he just showed up out
Thanks
of
for
nowhere. And,
showing.
yeah, just as quickly disappeared. And it was like,
He probably just went,
thank
"Ooh,
you.
cool, something to shoot." Boom.
Right. Well, I mean, there is also the daily for you have to kill 3 legendaries. So that was one. And it was like, hey, it just literally fell in my lap. But
You know,
and then I'm like repairing my camp and, you know, like, okay, you know, doing all the things that I normally do, like make sure I'm not overweight, make sure I get all my crap put away and, you know, buff myself up. And I'm getting ready to figure out what event am I going to go to. This other guy shows up, level gazillion, and drops off, you know, a package for me because, you know, you drop it in its little bag or box or whatever. And I check it out and it's like 5 or 6 Nuka world plans that I obviously don't know because my girl hasn't even been there yet. And I'm like, well, this is awesome. You know, and he just takes a look around my camp, says nice camp and takes off. And I'm like, well, that was cool. I mean, and half the plans I've never even seen because my other 2 girls don't have them yet.
It's like, thanks
You
for
know,
playing.
Oh,
that
it
that
was
that
great.
cracks me up because Todd Howard even said it himself. He was not expecting
Mhm.
how helpful people were going to be. He was like, he thought it
Right.
was going to be like, you know, it's man, it's all you, you know, and
Yeah.
stuff. And
Like, it's all
I
about
think
me. And
they should have a like just it doesn't do anything, but they should just have like a perk to where it's like you get a cape. Because I can't tell you how many times I've been in a situation and all of a sudden, you know, it's like from the sky, this god fell to the ground and vanquished the enemies before us, and,
right.
you know, and stuff. And it's just like he's standing there and like there should be a cape flapping in the breeze and he throws you a gift and gives you a thumbs up and flies off, you know.
It's
Right,
really
no
weird when
doubt.
Romer keeps disappearing.
I know it is kind of
Sorry,
wild.
I'm
Just like the
moving
focus
around.
or something is like not working. It's
But
not very
yeah,
well.
it's that's what I love about some of these. And I love the fact that Todd Howard's like, wasn't
It was a
expecting
big
that.
shock, right? He thought we were all going to be like battle royal all the time.
Yeah,
I'm
I
like,
know.
kill, kill, kill. And he's like, y'all just didn't want that. No,
No,
it is
no.
wild because I mean, I try and keep like enough stim packs and Rataway and stuff on me that anytime I see a newbie, I'm just like, blop, blop. You know, I drop that stuff for him because it's just like, well, even my girlfriend, like I got my girlfriend to start playing and she's a teacher, so she never has time to play, but we're trying to get together over Christmas break. And she's like laughing because she was like, well, I'm going to have to get used to it again because she played, I don't know, it was like probably a couple months ago now. So I have to get used to everything again because all I remember the first time is when I got out, I didn't know what I was doing. I couldn't figure out my controller and I died and I died and I died. And I'm like, I'll make sure that you have what you need so you don't die and die and die. So, you know, I've already figured, you know, I'm going to make her good armor. I'm going to make her good weapons. I'm going to make sure she has all the things and, you know, make sure that and some people say, well, that ruins the experience. You should come out of the vault and have to suffer like everyone else did.
BS.
Okay.
If
Sure.
I get out of there and somebody hands me a weapon and some ammo and enough food to survive, thank you.
Exactly. Same. I remember when I was a little baby and I came out, I think I was even maybe level, I don't know, in the 20s or something. And somebody gave me a 2-star, 2-shot lever action rifle. That thing, I played with that thing until I was over level 100. That was my baby. I loved the crap out of that weapon.
I was given a handgun with a scope on it. I forget what it's called, but it was a like a 2 or 3-star weapon, but it was like level, you can carry it at level 5.
Uh-huh.
And it was just a handgun with a scope on it. And I carried that thing forever.
Yeah.
You know, and that was like my primary weapon for the longest time.
Yeah.
Interesting what weapons we allow ourselves to become attached to, and it's like, it's like you have all these options, and you're like, man, I'll go with reliable, you know.
Well, it's funny because like Colleen hung on to that thing forever, and then she passed it down to Mags. When Mags started out, when I made Mags, I was like, well, she needs a good weapon. I was like, you know what? I've been hanging on to this 2-star, you know, double shot forever because it was like, it's kind of a sentimental thing. So I passed it down to Colleen and then Colleen ran with it. Although she was much better for some reason. I don't know what I did with different with the perk cards or whatever, but she was a hella good with her shotguns. So That
Combat
was
shotgun with the drum. That's usually my go-to.
yeah. So yeah,
Yeah. If you
she's-
play 76, that weapon's not going to do you a lot of good.
Yeah, I know.
she's a fixer girl now. I've
Yep, fixer's
probably
the way
fixed
to
her
go.
back, but yeah, she's a fixer girl. And they all are. They're all fixers. I need to expand what I do with my builds, but so
Well,
that was
you
my
can use
experience today.
a laser rifle's not bad. You just got to make the adjustments on it.
Right. I'm thinking like I was looking at maybe some melee builds and stuff because I don't know, they've got some good weapons out there. I've got to get my perk cards. But of course they make it like today you got to go kill some blood eagles with a blunt object. Yeah.
I'll hit him with a
So-
wiffle ball bat.
Well, we got that bone, that mole rat bat from
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking
from
about.
this girl that I'm on right now doesn't have it because she's only done spin the wheel and she got the big sledgehammer one.
Sorry,
The
just
Super Mutant Sludgy.
it sounds too close
All
to
the-
spin the bottle.
But you know, oh, you haven't done spin the wheel yet?
No,
I've been waiting for this. So I've done it several times on my other two characters, but I've been waiting for this one particular. So you spin the wheel and you get good things or bad things. Usually you got to fight off something because you have to defend the 3 mascots around the big circus tent. And they're always different. And I like this event just because, you know, like you get to know an event, everybody knows what to do next and they go do it. You know, it's like Tunnel of Love. Everybody knows, fix the lights, fix the tracks, make the robot partner, go to the wedding. Boom, it's over. So like if you're new to the event, it's like, well, what am I doing? Oh, it's done. What am I doing? It's done. You know, so you can't do anything. So it's like, what was I doing? This one is different because you don't know until the wheel spins what's happening next. So finally, the funniest one came up, Brahmin tipping. I got to tip a Brahmin. It was awesome. Because when you tip them, they fly. It's so cool. So I got to tip it. I only got to do one because a ton of people show up. But I did get to do one, so my life is fulfilled.
So, folks, I'm going to take a moment here before I forget. We're going to go ahead and take a quick break, and we'll be right back after this message. And yeah, okay, cool. Ever wanted to be a content creator but had no clue where to begin? Come join me as I sit down with content creators that have already faced the challenges you're up against, as they discuss the tips and tricks that help them be successful. Here on The Content Creator's Guide, available wherever podcasts can be found. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the show. And we're going to get into what Sassy Lady's different camps are and where they're at. And she's going to give you some details on that stuff. And yeah, here we go.
Here we go, indeed. Let's do socials first, actually, because we didn't really do that.
Because I'll
So
forget that.
Yeah, we should do that. So if you want to talk about your camps, I've already put this on our Discord. I was like, show me your camps. Please send me pictures. I love to be inspired by other people. So if you've got something you're particularly proud of, a camp or a shelter, or just a little thing you did in your camp that you think is like really cool because you made like a really cool merge or something, take a picture of it and show it to us. Send it to us on Twitter at Fallout RTB, or you can email it to us if you don't want everybody to see it, or DM it. Our email is falloutrtb@gmail.com, or stick it in our Discord. You can find us actually in 2 places. If you are a part of the Robots Radio Network group, we do have a channel on his Discord server at Fallout Roundtable, or we have our own Discord, Fallout Roundtable. And if you're a member of that or would like to be, let me know. You can stick it right in there in our lounge where we chit chat about all things Fallout or the show or just whatever we want to talk about. And the latest thing that I brought up was show me your camps. So show me your camps. All right. So I think the guys know me well enough now, right, Romer, that they know that I am a really big camp builder, that it's kind of my thing. It's what I do. It's my hobby. It's like half my game playing time. I have 3 characters. Every one of them has all 5 camp slots, and they all have a camp built. And well, as of now, I just used the final camp slot on my baby character because I was waiting for Nuka-Cola stuff to become available so she could have a Nuka-Cola camp. And I just got done building that yesterday. So I also have every shelter, every one. And I would say 90% of those are built out on all 3 characters. I just picked up the new one, haven't even been in it yet, which is weird for me because usually the first thing I do is walk in and check it out. But I was too excited about Nuka-Cola. I haven't done that yet, which is weird. So I love building. I love building. And I'm trying new techniques. I was playing around with some really cool merges in my Nuka-Cola camp. So if you ever see me, because I play on PC, if you ever see me, Sassy Lady 1103, come by, check out my camps. It might depend on what you get, depending on what character I play. So we'll start with Colleen. She's my main character. She is my Enclave girl. And I'm trying to think. Gosh, so she has the camp I mentioned to Jax's, the one on the river. That was her original camp. It was like home. And that's where boyfriend Beckett lives. I don't know if he's boyfriend really is so much of a side piece, but whatever. So he's been living there because that's where she was when we started that quest line. I keep thinking I'm going to rebuild that camp, but every time I walk through the house, I'm just like, oh, I love this house. So I don't know, maybe it'll get rebuilt one day. She also has, gosh, can't even remember. Well, one of the camps that I do really, really love on her, I built on top of the building in Charleston that's across from the Charleston train station. So there's that brick building. And if you go on top of it, she has like a penthouse type apartment on top of that brick building that's on the corner. So if you're thinking like that, if you go straight across the street from the Charleston train station, like across the pond to the road that's all the way across that field to the road that runs across there, and then you go like towards town, there's an intersection with a light, and that building that's right there on the corner on top of that building is where her little penthouse apartment is. So I used it. It's mostly glass, of course, because I got my glass walls from the season 1 scoreboard. So this is how old this
Had to
camp
do
is.
something. Yeah.
Well,
Got to play with the new toys.
that, and it's like, look what I have at the time. So, and it's still, it is still original because they didn't release that set. They released a different set, which I also have because I have all the things that are camp.
I didn't
Who
like
I
that.
am.
I didn't like the second set with the
didn't buy
open
it or-
windows.
Yeah, I didn't buy it originally because I didn't, but then I saw some stuff that people did and I was like, oh yeah, I kind of like it. I wish I got it. And so then I did buy it when it came around the second time. And I used it to build the Nuka World camp.
I like
It's
the
okay.
new thing that they just gave us, that new building. It was a little awkward.
Oh,
looking.
the tavern?
Yeah.
Well, chef's kiss. That is like one of the best prefabs they've ever given us. Probably the best. I love that thing. I've used it. Oddly, I'm using it mainly in shelters right now. It goes great in that neighborhood shelter. It's perfect in there. You saw it.
Yeah. Well, yeah,
I-
because you got the open yard.
Right.
It just looks like a street block.
It is, and it's awesome.
Yeah.
So I love her rooftop apartment. It was kind of hard to build, and there's a couple places that I feel like are kind of janky on it. I keep thinking I'm going to rebuild it because I've gotten better as a builder. So one of these days I will go in and tear it down, but I do love it just so I can make it better. But she's got her little, it's a 2-story like condo kind of thing. And she's got her little rooftop. I don't know, what do you call it? Like a little yard or whatever, but it's got a hot tub, the whole thing. It's really cool. I love it. You got to climb up steps to get to it. And that's one thing that I kind of want to redo because I've gotten better. Let's see, what else does she have? She has the one that I've been playing on most, and if you ever stop by on Colleen, you'll see, is her Enclave base. I built it at Site Beta, where the nukes actually come out of the ground, not where you go to launch them. So it's like front row to watch a nuke go off from Beta.
And you don't have
But
to
I
worry
use-
about the fallout.
No, you just get the pretty fireworks. So she's got a cafe in the prefab plane, whatever you call that. There's like a little prefab cafe in there. And she has, I used a different, they're all the Brotherhood of Steel stupid prefabs because, there's no Enclave stuff, but I made
You just gotta keep going there.
that basic square one I turned into a shooting range because the shooting range actual one wouldn't fit because I already had a bunch of crap there. The communist one, the communist bunker one is where she has all her workstations and stuff like that. And then the big Brotherhood of Steel tower is like upstairs is like reception, and then downstairs is like where they have all the meetings. And then there's a bunker for the people to sleep or whatever. And it's done up with like statues and stuff like that. And it's very as Enclave as I could make it. And then the shelter for that is the Enclave training grounds in the neighborhood shelter. So that's basically Colleen. She has a couple other camps, but for the life of me, can't remember them, so they must not be that great. And then there is Moira, my second character. She's my mercenary spy. And she's got a couple camps that are just on resources that aren't that. They're nice camps, but they're mainly for the resources or on water. Let me think. My favorite camp of hers is the one I was talking about, probably on the lake there with the little tiny, where it's like everything's smaller. Usually I build things so big that, once I get it decorated, like I am maxed budget. This I built so small for her that I have decorated the crap out of this camp because it is so cluttered, and I'm still not even 3/4 budget. I can just still throw stuff in this camp. I just don't know what to put in because it's already so cluttered. It's like, what am I going to do? And the way that the terrain is, I can't really build. Like I am literally like, the water is there. I have her little bunker. I have
It's
little
a
outpost.
small area. You don't
And
really have a
then
lot of
like
room.
it goes straight uphill. You can't build anything there. Like as it goes straight uphill, you can't do anything with that. Maybe I could. No, I can't put the tower in. Ooh, I could probably put the pirate ship thing in because they gave us one. No, because it's only for water. I can still put it in the water, but I don't want to. So
I bet Mav is. Well, I wonder if Mav even knows about it because he's really excited about
the pirate ship.
pirate ship stuff. Yeah, because he
That
wants
was pretty
to,
cool.
He
Yeah.
was singing shanties the other day.
Yeah. Interesting. I mean, I got to do something with that one of these days. I just don't know what yet. I think I threw it in a shelter to see how it would look. And I was like, I don't know. Because the mining shelters are the ones that I'm just like, what am I going to do with these? I haven't quite figured that out yet. I thought about thinking, it was like some long buried, long lost ships that we discovered or something. I don't know.
Reenact Goonies.
I haven't fleshed this one out yet. Moira also has a Charleston camp. I didn't build on those buildings. What I did was I built off those buildings, and I used like that entire block. So I built along the sidewalk, like a sidewalk cafe. It just looks like that one building where it's closed or whatever, but it has an awning or whatever, and it looks like you can go in if there were an actual working door. I made it just look like it was a cafe, and I put some tables and out there, and then I built off of it, and I built like a little diner, and then I built like a dress shop, and on the flip side of it, I did a toy store and a plant shop, and then I did a big bar. So I also have, that's the camp that I have Beckett in, but I put the pompadour on him and the big fashion glasses, and he looks like David from he looks like David Rose from Schitt's Creek. It's amazing. He looks really good. So I see him, I'm like, ooh, David. It's really funny. So I have that camp on Moira, but she hardly ever goes there because it's kind of her cover, it makes her look legitimate, like customers can come there and talk to her. And I guess that's my second favorite for her. And then we go to Mags, because Mags is the fun one. Mags has the Kelly home in Morgantown, not on the same spot.
Why are you giggling there, Romer?
Because he laughs at me.
I'm sitting here thinking it's like, here is Sassy's drum. Drum has a box. Romer has a box. Yay.
But Romer, see, now you can think of things to do with your box. So, okay, so the first camp that I built, not gonna lie, the first camp I built was kind of a box. It was more like a shoebox because it was straight back because I built behind Morgantown, but there was this big tree and then there was like a mountainside or whatever. So my box went this way instead of, out. And then I went this way. And then when I decided I want to expand, it went out and left. So it was like an L-shaped box. And then I wanted more room. So then I built like a second story. So, my stuff wasn't all that great in the beginning. So don't you worry. I mean,
I think I actually attempted to do a second story, but I couldn't get the because I literally built there's what do you want to call it, like a blast stitch, like a bomb landed in that spot, and my building is right over the top of that, so everything around it is all kind of weird. So every time I've tried to put down a ladder, it doesn't want to fit right, and I can't get it close enough to the building, and finally I was screwed with that. So there was attempts,
well,
but
stairs will only go on floors, basically. You can't put it on the ground like you couldn't file for.
well, there you go. See,
So yeah, that might
like
be a
what I
thing.
said. So
That's probably
there's a
why
reason
your
why it's
stairs
not working for
won't.
me.
Yeah, if you're trying to build from the outside, you have to have the foundation down first. So if you put a foundation down, put stairs on that, but you wouldn't be able to remove that foundation. So
See, I wasn't aware, and I just gave up and just stuck on a box. So
just check with me.
So please continue on with your other location.
So in my blog, I talk about the Kelly family home, because they leave the vault and they find the family home, and that's where they live. And so that house, which will always remain, I can't ever get rid of it, is in Morgantown, right along the road. Because rather than putting it on the stream like I did with Colleen, I put it on the road, kind of away from the stream, but it's in that same vicinity. But it's like next door to that farm that is just outside of Morgantown, where it has it's that like abandoned house and a farm, and it's like the road that goes on into Morgantown. But she's right there along the road. There's a stupid what's behind her? Something that spawns super mutants all the time. So they're always over there like shooting up my stuff. And I have the train car prefab in the back of the house for her workshop, where all her stuff is in there for her workbenches and stuff. And the stupid mutants are always shooting it up, and I have to repair it a lot. I really hate those things. Good XP, but real mean. They like to tear up my camps. So that's her main camp, I guess. But like I said, she has a water park north of Camden Park, which is a lot of fun. I use the
Right up
wavy
the
wheeler
water
stuff.
thing. Did you do the one with the tower?
The slide. Yeah, she's got the slide. I built the pool, because I just built foundations out into the river and blocked off a pool. So did the whole couple of hot tubs out there, lots of lounge chairs. Inside the tower, I've got like a shower room. I've got an arcade. I put a bar up top. It's like a pretty cool place to hang, There's a couple chairs in the bottom so you can sit and drink your martinis and put your feet in the water while people are, I guess your kids are sliding down the slide or whatever. Since that thing, like, I don't know if you've ever gone down the slide on one of those. When you go down the slide, it automatically puts you back at the top. And it's like, does it ever end?
It is a slide that never ends.
Pretty much. So I'm like, wouldn't it be great for your kids? Because it'd be like, hey, that'll keep them busy all day. They can't run away. It just takes them right back to the top. It'd be great.
Well, then they don't have to run back up the steps.
Well, there's that too. But then that they're not going to get, distracted and run somewhere else. They can't. Right. So there's that was kind of like my favorite one. But now I've got her Nuka World one, which is in Morgantown. And the reason I chose it was because I needed something kind of flat. So it's literally like around the corner from her original camp, which is kind of sucky, but because I like to do different areas. But I chose this spot because it's a flattish area. It's on a corner. And I had originally envisioned using the road somehow, but then I ended up building right over it. So it doesn't really matter. But it's a big U-shaped building with a middle area that's like a dining cafe area. On one side, it's your you get your food. The other side is your gift shop, and then the back side is all the arcade, because I just want enough points to get all the different arcade games to put in there, because this girl's been running events like crazy, so she can she can buy all the 20,000 point games to put in this arcade. And then she's got a little stage set up with the grandstand seats for like a little stage show. She's got the fortune teller there to tell you your fortune while you're in the park.
That
The
gives you a buff
Nuka-Cola-
too, so that's what's good about it.
Yeah. The Nuka-Cola truck is there. Well, then the fortune teller vendor machine fits in with that too. So it's kind of cool. The Nuka-Cola truck is the workstation area, and there's a bus stop. I don't know if you know this area in Morgantown. It's like
Mhm.
corner, it's behind the houses, and there's a bus stop and a Pulaski thing there. So she's right there by the bus stop. So people, bus stop. And then she's got balloons and trampolines,
Balloons.
all kinds of fun stuff. And I'm going to work on a shelter, because right now I have the mining shelter door up and it says rides, but if you go in there, there's nothing, because I am my next act will be to work on attempting to make Ferris wheels and like scrambler rides and crazy things like that.
How are you
So
gonna
that
do
I
that?
have, the cool thing about shelters is things float.
Oh, okay. That's
There is
gonna
no
be weird.
physics in shelters. Yeah. So I'm just going to like float things and then try and connect them and make it look like it's supposed to be a Ferris wheel or something.
Interesting.
My girlfriend, so I've seen a lot of people make merry-go-rounds out of the fountain. So I'm going to attempt that. They merge it with the, like the little, the rides, the little, like the stupid the Giddy Up Buttercup ride and the
Uh-huh.
cat ride. So they've made, a guy that I play with. I don't really play with him very much, but when he's on there, I like to visit his camps because he always has a lot of good camps. One of his camps was an arcade. And one of the things that he did was he made the carousel, and then he did some cool arcade games that I tried to mimic in one of my shelters. So that somebody was asking about favorite shelters one day, and I came up with, so I have a museum, I have a library, I have, good night, I've got a bunch of scientific related ones for Colleen because she's boring and she likes to,
Does that mean you got like the
study
aliens
things.
inside the jars and all that?
Yeah, she's got stuff like that. And Mags she has like a thrift store, very, very, very cluttered with stuff to sell. And every time something new comes out in the atomic shop or something, like it goes in her thrift store.
Just kind of hangs out on the shelf somewhere.
I find a place to stick it because again, it's in the little shelter that has the big budget. Like you can put all kinds of crap in there and never run out of room. I don't know how you do it. So it's a lot of fun. I made them all. I all kinds of stuff. It's so much fun. Like literally camp is just, the limit is your imagination.
I like building
'Cause-
camps just because it's somewhere for me to kind of escape. Like I
Yeah.
can get away from a lot of different things. Like if I got a lot of stuff on my mind, I
Yeah.
instead of playing like the game and just running
Right.
around, mind you, I enjoy exploring and things like that. But sometimes just I'll start a new camp just so I can kind of get lost in it.
Right. Yeah. I mean, that's totally it. It's like some days I'm like, I want to get in the game and do stuff, but I just don't really feel like the grind, or I just don't feel like, killing
Or I got
stuff,
a bunch of new stuff and I want to see if I can figure out a way to make it go together.
right.
You know
Like
what I
right
mean? 'Cause-
now, I'm like getting
yeah.
all these new plans for the Nuka-Cola stuff. And I was like, oh, I've been thinking about this Nuka-Cola camp for a while. And now is the time because we got so much stuff.
Well, it's like I'm never going to get rid of my bar.
Yeah.
I love my bar, but
Yeah.
like, so the one that's on the river, it's kind of cool. I mean, the building itself's kind of 2-story weird contraption thing I put together, but it is defensive, against
Mhm.
enemies and things like that. At the same time, it's got that really cool balcony, but I could build it in so many different ways. And I thought,
Right.
I would
Well-
wonder if I could so I was thinking of doing was actually taking that building down and then putting like that water park thing right on
Yeah.
the edge of the water to
Yeah.
where like when you go down the slide, it's like you're going into the lake itself. I was
I
trying to
don't
figure out a
know
way
if
to
you
do
can
that.
put it underneath the water that way.
I don't think you can put it under the water, but I was
Mm-mm.
thinking of getting it where it'll just kind of hover over the edge.
Maybe.
You know what I mean?
Have
To where like
have
when
to
they,
fiddle with it.
yeah, but I was thinking of doing something like that and then like attaching it to like my, not my Brotherhood of Steel thing, but maybe like the trailer park hotel thing
Yeah.
and doing something with it and just attaching a couple of the other prefabs and see how I could do that.
I actually really like that trailer park hotel thing. One of the camps that I have on Moira, which is like her little hideaway, the reason that she has it is because she's on a lead deposit, and then she has another camp that's on an acid deposit. So, boy, we're in business. She has that one back in there, and I actually really like that thing. I mean, I've got that thing really cluttered up too, and I really like it. It's like the bottom level is her kitchen, and the second level is living area, and then she's got like this really chill, just like a patio type setup on the outside level of that second, and then the third level is her, her sleeping quarters, and she's just got a nice little table up there, table and chairs, so she can just kind of sit and look out because it's so high up. And then the companion's got the other trailer kind of off to the side, the single trailer. And it's just like a neat little dumpy hideaway with a couple of trailers.
So
I gotta get
Romer, you've
the
been
new one
really
out there.
quiet. You got any opinions here? I mean, Sassy's held out, quite a few really cool camps.
Yeah. What are you gonna build?
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. Part of me is it's like I should try, and part of me is just like,
It sounds like effort.
out of focus. No, it's not that. It's I it out with how much time I have versus it's kind of like, well, let's see, I have this amount of time to play a video game. Do I want to spend the entire time building something, or do I actually want to, yeah. So
And that's the thing is, yeah, a lot of people are going to say, oh my God, building is such a waste of time. I'd rather just go out and, kill Scorch Beast or whatever. And that's fair. Not everybody enjoys the building aspect. It's like, like you have, like they build a camp because they need a place to put their crap. They need a place to get their buffs. They need a place to fix their ammo, make ammo and fix their weapon. And that's it. They just need a basic box so they can have all the things. That's it. And that's fine. That's absolutely fine. But then other people, like I really enjoy like those dailies that say like go visit a player's shelter. 9 times out of 10, I'm going to player's shelter and I walk in and it's empty. But when I walk into somebody's shelter and I'm like, holy crap, this is cool. It's just like, for me, it's just like, oh man, this is awesome. Like
I like
did this
looking
thing.
for something cool that somebody else did that I never thought of doing,
Right? Oh, you don't even know like all the pictures on my computer of the stuff I've taken in game. Probably maybe a third, at least 25% are just pictures that I've taken in other people's camps. So like, that's a cool idea. Ooh, I love how they did that kitchen. Or, oh my gosh, that shelving.
So
is
do you
awesome.
do
I gotta
like
remember.
Jessica Starr does? She does virtual photography.
Oh God, yes.
Yeah, that's something she's really big into.
Oh yeah.
I just got done interviewing her, and she was telling me about that along with many other things. But God, I never really thought about it as a thing. I just thought like
Really?
in-game screenshot. Yep, you do.
Because I know you
There's
follow
a-
me on Twitter.
there's a guy, I want to say McAllister, but I can't remember his name off the top of my
But I
head.
didn't know people were like
he-
getting rewards and stuff like and being
Well,
posted. I didn't even
he
know
was-
there was a magazine for it.
He
Yeah.
he specifically started a Instagram page where it was all virtual photography of the game Days Gone. And he would work it, and he constantly was doing it. He's now working for Ben Studios because he started a community and other people were doing it, and he kind of just pushed it and everything. And Ben's Studios, who made Days Gone, contacted him. He now lives in Oregon and he's working for Ben Studios because of the virtual photography thing.
Because
It's
of
like,
exposure. Yeah.
holy crap.
So, I mean, this is Mags, the picture that I took for the, you probably can't see it
No,
because the lighting is terrible and it's a black and white.
washed out.
Well,
Yeah.
it's pinned to the top because that's the photo that I used for her the
Inspiration.
blog. But I mean, I post pictures all the time, and some of them are just, oh hey, I just took a picture, you know, because this one at Nuka World, Meet Me Like Your French Girl, because
Yeah,
it's the stupid
still can't
coal
see it.
miner laying on the side.
It looks like
But-
a little black dot.
Some of them I make, you know, I do actual effort, but we do, like a lot of us do that, and you know, you use the hashtags, whatever. There was
Nerds.
there's a guy on Twitter goes by Howie, and
Angel?
well, he just goes by Howie. I don't think it's that, but he does a lot of different. He was doing Fallout when I first kind of started following him and checking out what he was doing. He was doing Fallout. He's gone on to other games like he does. I think he did Red Dead. I think he's doing Control right now. Different games. Big one that he does is crap. I'm gonna forget the name of it. It's like a Chinese or some kind of Oriental game. Oh crap. All I can think of is Bushido. Sorry, because it's tabletop. But you guys, you know, name a game. Name a game that's kind
Super
of
Mario
like
Brothers.
yes, that's it. No. Oh God, what is it? Let me find him. This is gonna drive me absolutely nuts. Oh gosh, why can't I think of it?
I don't know.
Howie. Here we go. Howie VP. What is the game? Ghost of Tsushima.
Ghost of
Is that how you say
Tsushima.
it? Yeah.
Yep.
That's his big one.
Well,
that
if
he
you
does. And
knew
he
it all
does
the
does
time, you didn't say anything.
amazing
Rumors
stuff.
mean sometimes, you know that?
I know, that's why
I
I said just
couldn't-
name it.
I couldn't
Because I'm
think of
like,
what you're
Oriental
talking
game.
about.
The only one
Oriental
that I
game.
can think of. Yeah. Well, it's the only one I can think of a video
Sorry,
game.
when you say Oriental game, I'm thinking, you know, Ghost of Tsushima comes to mind. Then I start thinking of anime. So it's
No, well,
I-
I don't know that many games, so it's like
two things. One, my oldest daughter, she is the kind of person who will get into a game and she will literally spend like the first 3 to 5 hours of the game creating her character, like all
Oh,
the
yeah.
minor details and tweaks. Me, if it looks closely like me, I'm good to go. Let's get the game going. And then the other thing is that I will explore people's camps and stuff when I'm playing 76. I'll go in and I'll check things out and stuff like that. And I will contact them through the PlayStation Network and just say, hey, this is a really good camp, dude. But so I do notice that it's not just like, who cares, you know? And I know everyone plays differently, you know. I
Kill,
understand that
grind,
completely,
kill.
you
yeah, but I
know.
mean, like for
I'm
yourself,
not
like
kill
you
grind.
appreciate a good camp, but it's
I
maybe
want to
not
see what's over the
your-
next hill. That's my thing.
Right.
Whenever I
I'm
play
an
games,
explorer.
I want to see what's over the next
Yeah.
hill. You know.
Yeah. You're not the homebody that's like, oh, my camp has to be perfect, and oh, let me put this little, because one of my biggest complaints about after playing Fallout 4 is, oh, we could pick up all this junk and like set it wherever we wanted it so it looked like somebody actually lived in this camp, you know, because you could put like a coffee cup and a pot of coffee on your table and it was like, oh, like somebody was here, and we can't do that in this game because we drop
Can't even
anything
put
and
a
we just
ball
put
on
it
a
in a box.
table for a pool table.
Well, now, yeah. I mean, and I feel like they're starting to like come out with more things that. I mean, a lot of people were like,
I want to be able to go to the dartboard and throw
and like throw
darts at the
darts, right?
Yeah.
I think something like that might be coming.
I figure the more I complain about it, the more likely it'll happen.
Well, so everybody complained about this little tiny village that came out. It's like, why do we want that? It's scatter. I mean, well, here I am, tabletop again. It's scatter terrain. It's stuff that you can set around and look like there's crap in your camp, right? In my shop, I merged those little houses onto the shelves so it looked like there was stuff for sale, you know, in the gift shop. And mainly that was because I didn't have anything from the Nuka stuff yet, or it wouldn't. Some of those little tiny Nuka things wouldn't merge right, and they were acting up. So I used that little houses instead.
So all right, I think you guys pretty much covered everything. I think I covered everything I've got. So, folks, I think that's going to kind of do it for us tonight. And I hope everybody enjoyed our camp episode. I know I did. I love camps. I love building camps. And me and Sassy could probably talk for like another 40 years on just doing camps because I dig camps. I love doing that stuff. But anyway, folks, I hope you had a wonderful night. I hope you enjoyed the show. And bye-bye. Good night. Say good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
I got to hit the button now.
This podcast is part of the Robots Radio Rocket Club, a program designed to help all podcasts reach their full potential. For information about joining the Robots Radio Rocket Club, check out robotsradio.net.